back to Fan West, Commanders podcast, where we tackle the latest Washington football team news and answer the hard-hitting questions like, is the season over? We'll cover that and a lot more on tonight's episode. I'm one of your hosts, Bradley Roach.
Hey, Tico Wells.
Eddie Passarelli.
And Donnie Roach. Trying to keep
And
it
we took
optimistic.
one on the chin this weekend. I genuinely don't know the final score, but we lost to the Dallas Cowboys in division loss.
44-22.
4422. 4422.
Doubled up on us.
Doubled up on us.
4422.
How are we feeling, gentlemen?
It's rough. It's a little rough.
crappy.
It's a little rough. It's a little
Well,
rough.
I'm still throwing up in my mouth.
I was saying,
Little
I'm
rough.
excited to hear like the spin zone.
it was hard. Like the game was hard to watch. They were kept piling on the points and piling on the points, and they were having their way with our defense. And then Jaden goes down, and it was just like the dagger in the heart. You know, it's just like, really, can it get any worse right now? And I, up until that point, there was still like this little. Can we come back? Like Jaden wasn't having a bad game, despite the fact he didn't have any receivers and people were dropping the ball. But what does that mean for us for the next, I don't know, 2 to 3 weeks? I don't know how long he's going to be out. Nobody knows yet at this point. So,
I mean, I say sit until the bye.
Yeah,
Well,
maybe.
Yeah, to do it safely. I mean, now we're talking about both legs. I was almost hoping that maybe he just reactivated the knee a little bit, but maybe knees are more dangerous. But after all the stuff that I saw there, they say it's a back hamstring type of thing, and it's probably a tear, which is normal, and that's going to take 3 to 4 weeks to even feel like you could run again.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do you ever try to run with a pulled hammy? Sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can't
he had the rib last year. He had the knee this year, and now the hamstring. I mean, we all kind of knew the brother's a little thin.
RG4.
He is a little thin.
RG4.
Yeah, and RG's a little, makes him look thin. He makes RG3 look like buffed,
Dak Prescott or something.
Yeah. Dak Prescott looked kind of good, didn't he?
Dak Prescott has looked good all season this year.
He's kind of like a Jalen Hurts in a way. Size, stature, thickness, like speed, agility, able to throw the ball.
Yeah.
I
Run
don't say
just when he needs to.
Good as Jalen, no.
He's so much better than Jalen Hurts, in my opinion.
You think so? Okay.
I think
I
Jalen
wouldn't
Hurts
say
is
that.
a mid passer.
I think Jalen Hurts is playing with a much better team, and Dak Prescott is performing well. I mean, this is a strong offense. It is a strong offense in Dallas. The defense shouldn't have struggled with as much as we did.
I thought we were supposed to be able to roll over their horrible defense.
Yeah,
They
right.
had something that was so much better than we had.
So here's what I heard about it. Dallas, like for the first time all season, then played man coverage, and that allowed them to focus on the run. Because we didn't have any receivers that they were afraid of.
They knew
we got
run.
Robbie Chosen, and we got Jalen, and we got who was the third receiver? I don't even remember.
Jalen, Chris
Moore. Chris Moore, Robbie Chosen.
Luke had no catches on offense.
Yeah.
0. And they brought in the artist formerly known as Robbie Anderson.
Okay.
The guy who we last saw him cursing his coach out in Carolina as they kicked him off the field. But he went to the Cardinals after that.
Nobody's afraid of taking them man to man.
Nobody's scared of Robbie Chosen yet. We haven't seen him I don't even know if he played last year, did he?
I'm not sure. If anything, he was in the
He's a decent receiver. He is a decent receiver. He made a couple of catches. But London Fletcher was talking about how Dallas was able to stack the box. They weren't afraid of the receivers, like you guys said. They were able to stack the box. And he called it something. He called it a fire zone, where the linebackers just kind of spied on Jaden, and so just when he kind of made it through the line and the blitz, they were standing there going, "Hello." But he did have a couple good runs. He had a couple good runs, really good runs.
Yeah,
and unfortunately, it's not good when
well.
Jaden is our biggest runner.
Right. I was going to say Bill
and
didn't have a big day, and that's what we were all kind of, I think,
right. And we
relying
also
on.
saw that he was operating out of the gun, which we talked about last week. Like, why doesn't he go back under center? There's no fear of anything other than somebody's going to hand off to someone or he's going to throw a little screen. It's all run based. It's just how is he delivering the ball to the back?
Here's what I'm thinking. I'll tell you, I'll give you a little piece of my mind right now.
Give us a piece of your mind, Bradley.
Let's hear it.
It's almost not worth talking about the offense because we're so disjointed that it's almost like this game is a facade of two units who were playing irregularly. I'll say that. And what I mean by that is the Cowboys defense is terrible. And there were times where we saw that in this game. Jaden was able to hit wide open guys. But our offense is playing right now a game that we haven't played in years, or at least in a few years, because we just don't have the people that we normally have. And it's a different offense because of it.
So
right?
What was it?
And people are playing differently against us. We saw that in the Bears game. The Cowboys copied it, and it was like, okay, that worked.
So where was our scheme?
There is no scheme, Eddie, because we don't have wide receivers.
I know.
There's no scheme.
But if you're Cliff and you're sitting there going, we have no players, what are we going to do? What's the game plan?
We lose. We continue to
lose. They were trying to run it. They were handing off to Bill a lot, but it wasn't working.
Predictable. That was totally predictable. First
and
down,
always up the middle.
They did.
This is what we see from the Jets because they don't have good players. They just continue to lose. And until we get our wide receivers back, I mean, look, injuries happen when you hold on to the ball. And Jaden didn't get hurt on that play because he held on to the ball. There was a free runner, which I don't know how that happened either. But I almost said it last week. Like, I'm kind of worried about this game because I'm going to see Jaden trying to be Superman because that's what he does.
Yeah.
And putting himself in bad positions. And then he got hurt. And I was like, damn. It's really hard to be able to sit in a pocket, even with as good as our offensive line played, which I think they did play pretty good in pass offense. Again, in run defense, it's really hard to block when you have 6 or 7 guys against all 9 of theirs because they don't have safeties. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's hard to evaluate this game. That's what I'm trying to say. On an offensive side of the ball, it's hard to evaluate because you can't evaluate the O-line in the run scheme. You can't evaluate Bill. You can't really evaluate Jaden. And then these wide receivers won't be on an NFL roster in at the end of the season.
You can't evaluate the O-line because of how Dallas stacked it. Is that because how Dallas stacked their defensive line? Yeah,
in the run game.
Right.
Yeah, and also because the pass game is
irrelevant,
playing with secondary players, they're not getting separation. Any offensive line can only hold but for so long, unless you just got a Philadelphia line, which I don't even know if they're as good as they've been in the past. But you can only hold somebody for so long until you're literally holding them. So
we saw enough flags
it's a trick bag. It's a trick bag. You bring in somebody like we brought in Chosen off the practice squad, which I didn't even know he was on the practice squad. We brought in
they signed him this week.
Chris.
Right.
Signed him this week. We brought in Chris Moore off the practice squad.
Yep.
Jalen Lane is a rookie. He did have a off season. He did have a training camp, right? And Luke is, he had some games where he got ahead of the guys. He got some separation a
Luke
little
was
bit.
wide open at one point for Mariota, and Mariota missed him. Same play that he scored
Yeah,
on
yeah,
against
yeah.
Vegas. It looked like to me, like he was coming across the middle, and if Mariota had hit him, he would have scored again.
But
on the right
that,
side by the sideline.
Yeah, but
when he just overshot him.
You can't even be mad at him for that because Mariota's coming in cold. He doesn't even get bullpen.
Yes. Yeah.
He's like, what do I got to go? I got to do what?
You got cold on cold. Now Mariota knows the offense. It's just the reps. There's nothing that's going to replace reps.
He's never thrown to these guys either.
Slice it up. You know, reps are reps.
He'll be more tuned up this week.
Yeah, he'll be more tuned up because he'll get in with the ones.
Yeah.
But look, you know, I decided to, you know, I had a bunch of stuff down for, you know, what didn't go right. You know, the predictable first downs with Bill. Bill was lost in the sauce.
Yeah.
He was really lost in the sauce because they could really focus on him. You know, Lattimore, what you gonna say about Lattimore? He stunk.
Yeah.
He
stunk. I don't know
since he's gotten here.
Yeah. It's funny because when I watch him, like he's in position for a couple of those plays. He's in good position for a couple of those plays. Like
if he could turn around, right?
I know it's almost like what I'm like, dang man, you're right there. And it's like
he was on him like glue.
Is he better or worse than Benjamin St-Juste?
It looks like St-Juste is having a good year. I don't know. I haven't watched enough of his games, but
when he was here,
I forgot the team he went to. Did he go to Denver or
Chargers?
Chargers. Oh, that's right. He came.
Yeah,
we played him.
He had moments of brilliance, and he had moments where he just got beat, and that's going to happen to all these guys.
Yes, it
is. Someone like Lattimore,
what do we think? Is he better or worse, though?
I would say he's the same.
Yeah.
That's sad. That's sad.
Fair.
Yeah,
that's
because
sad.
I mean,
I would agree with you, Eddie. I don't really have. I think that Lattimore. I don't know, man. So he had a really good pass breakup in this game, but then he got burnt a couple times.
He got burnt, and
he also got called for a pass interference early on. That the first one I was like, that looked like pretty decent coverage to me.
Because he's clawing the guy the whole time and not turning around.
He didn't turn around
and the reason he didn't turn around because if he turns around and the guy takes off, he's screwed.
He turned his head for a brief second and then kind of turned back and threw his arms up like
he's pulling the guy, he's yanking the guy.
He wasn't
he's
pulling
touching.
Him, really.
Go back and look at the film.
I just think he always gets himself in a position.
It's too much arm. It's too much arm. The refs are going to go against the defense.
That
first.
Is a strategy now
that
safeties are taking is you don't necessarily have to turn back around. If you get your arms up, you know, you can watch their eyes and knock the ball, you know, as it's coming down.
But you can't obstruct their arms.
No, you can't do that. You can't do that.
Yank them.
Yeah.
There was one play where George Pickens, Lattimore is on his hip.
Yeah.
And George Pickens, he doesn't even reach out like this, Tico. It was like this.
Yeah.
At the last minute, just
like he caught it like this, and Lattimore puts his hand on the ball. I'm like, what are you gonna ask this guy to do in that position? Dak went up and handed him the ball.
Pickens is a little psycho, but he's a beast.
Put it right here. It's
and they
like,
definitely
blame him for that.
They made a decision to pick on Lattimore. It felt
and CeeDee Lamb too, because tell you the truth, the other side, Amos kind of. He's kind of holding his own a little bit, but Pickens got him too. Pickens got him too.
He did, and he tripped. But I'll say, I don't know how to evaluate Amos too, because I feel like it's always Lattimore. It's always going to Lattimore. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't really been able to watch Amos go up, but he's not being tested, which is probably a good thing, because he's probably locking the guy up. But I don't know. Unless he throws them the ball, and like he gets like a PBU every game, so it's telling me that he's doing a good job.
Yeah,
but it's also
he's not like 13. I forget his name now. What's the guy? 13, little skinny guy that we got a couple years ago who was intercepting in college. We can't.
Oh,
Emmanuel Forbes. Yeah,
Emmanuel Forbes. There you go.
Forbes.
Yeah,
he's not Emmanuel Forbes.
No, he's not.
He's
definitely better than that. Yeah.
Oh yes, I think he's a good tackler too. Most of the time,
he had
there
a
was
good
a play
tackle
when
in this
CeeDee
game.
Lamb came across, and Lattimore
the
and
two of them
and Amos just kind of did a
No,
Keystone Cop thing.
that was Martin. But yeah,
Quan Martin, was it?
Was that Quan Martin?
That was embarrassing. Yeah,
they ran into each other.
Well, they ran into each other, and then CeeDee Lamb was like, "See ya,"
like dancing into the end zone.
Yeah, but it goes back to when things are bumbly and goofy to goofy teams. It happens.
Yeah.
You know, but here's what I did get.
Okay.
I got a couple of positives.
Good.
The safety.
Yeah.
The punt catch.
Yes, and you know who do you attribute the safety to? Not the defensive. I mean, the defensive line was great, but that's Tress Way. Tress Way's punt was incredible.
Way, but also who was it?
Who got it and
30
tight roped along the
wasn't Reeves.
Percy Butler.
Yeah. Percy Butler got it and tight roped.
Yeah.
So that was a good on the punt team.
That was good on special teams.
And then Deron Payne, who's been balling all year, he clogged up that middle, and then Bobby Wagner came in and finished the job. So that was a positive. We got a safety. That was a great stop.
And we got the ball back right after it.
Yeah.
What a
Chris Moore made a great catch in the first quarter. Right at the it was a great catch. Chris Moore's made some good catches since he's been in there.
Anybody who made a catch in that game, I think, should be just praised for the positive side of what they did. They're coming in with no friggin' experience, very low reps. All these guys, I don't think a backup plan is really was ever ready, or we had no strategy for this game.
Not for that many players to be substituted.
Yeah, there was no plan other than throw it to who's open.
But I will say this, Chris Moore, for the couple little drops he's had, and not many, he had that was a 44-yard play. And so that was great. Zach Ertz touchdown. Of course, we missed the PAT.
Zach Ertz had 3 drops in this game.
He did. He dropped. Yeah.
Who did?
Zach Ertz. Yeah.
Zach was goofy. Zach was really goofy.
Was it his hands or was it the bad throw?
It's just concentration, I think. It's Zach is when Zach is good, he's right on time. When he's bad, it's like, oh, this dude's getting old.
Yeah. He actually had run after catches, which I was impressed with.
Yeah. Oh, he had one beautiful run after catch.
Yeah. I'm like, he's actually running.
Yeah,
I thought that too, Eddie.
I thought fall down.
That was 27 yards. That's big for Zach. That was good.
It was 13 yards after the catch. Yeah.
So he got some yak yardage.
Yak.
Daniels had a nice pass to Lane on third and 5. They were in the 14, and they made it up to and the protection was great. It was almost like the Hail Mary play. He went over to the right, then came back went over to the left and came back to the right, and hit Lane from the 14 to the 49. That was a great play. And with a minute 56 left in the second.
Yeah, this was
Daniels drives all the way down, we score. Score was 15-20. I said, okay, we're back in it.
Right.
But the defense with 49 seconds left on the clock, or 43 or 40 some seconds left, 40 seconds,
gives up
whatever. We couldn't stop them.
Here's the thing. I think Dallas was willing to accept they were going to kick a field goal there, except there was a big run that got them all the way down inside the 10 or the 5, and so they went for the touchdown. It's like
that first play of that drive was a sack too.
Yeah,
right.
First play was
that's
a
right.
Sack, they started at the
drive started with a sack.
So it's so good. Like, I think, Tico, what you just said was so apt. Like, this team and this defense is so goofy. It's like it's like a clown. It's like a circus act out there. And guess what? Here's a part of the circus act: is clowns are getting hurt.
Clowns are getting hurt.
We lost another player.
Yeah.
For the year, in Dorrance Armstrong.
I know.
Our sack leader.
I know.
We have 11 11 starters that are hurt right now.
That's
Jeez.
crazy. That's crazy.
And how many people are on the roster?
53 man
So
active.
it's almost like a quarter of our team.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know how much of the practice, how parallel, it should be totally parallel, the practice squad and what they're learning and what's actually on the first string team. But it's still, once again, those reps. There were a couple times where Jaden just looked like he and the receiver weren't on the same page. So it's not as crisp.
Yeah.
And Jeremy McNichols and, tell me what you guys think about this. It's like our running backs that we have are all the same person. Except I think Bill is a little bit faster than everybody, it seems like.
It's interesting you say that, because
size-wise and stature.
I think Bill's a little bit faster, and I think he's proven himself to be a little bit better. But when he was struggling in the beginning of that game, I was like, why don't they put McNichols in? For it seemed like for the first several games of the year, they were kind of rotating him back and forth pretty rapidly. And I was like, they just keep going to Bill, going to Bill, going to Bill, and the Cowboys know if he's in there, he's going to get the ball.
Yeah.
Like, try and mix it up a little bit.
Why don't we also, like, I don't understand too,
a little spark.
If we have 3 different running backs with all skill sets that are kind of similar and size and everything like that, why didn't we like throw a few more like screens or something? I didn't see enough of the short screen passes, like dink and dunks. Anybody can do a button hook and get 5 yards. Let's do some of that. Like, I don't understand like the scheme what we had. Anybody know what it was?
Great questions. I'm not in the huddle.
I mean,
I'm not sure if I agree with anybody can do a button hook. I mean, again, we're working with receivers that are not our top receivers.
I mean, I don't know what Dallas's typical weaknesses on defense. Like, let's say when Dallas goes up against Detroit, like, they play a zone. Is that what their thing is? Because they're so damn good on the aerial attack that they have to play open men and give up 10, 15 on just to save touchdowns? Is that what happens? Or?
Well,
when you're not a good defense, you play zone because man coverage is more is harder, but it's also can be more like it can be more devastating. I don't know if you
you leave yourself exposed to get burned one-on-one.
More exposed. So a lot of bad defenses play zone, which is what we primarily play nowadays, and we're not good at it either.
Right.
But no, Dallas plays a lot of zone, and they're not great at it.
So they changed. We know they changed the scheme for our game based on the fact that they knew we had to run it.
Right.
And then we didn't have a pit bull. We didn't have a Shikubu. What's that guy's name on the Giants?
Scatterboo.
We need a Scatterboo. We need a pit bull for fear. Like, think about it. If you watch some of the last 2 Giant games, people are starting to go, this guy is scary. Like, how do we tackle him? Maybe in sort of a way like the Ravens.
We had that, and we traded him away.
No, but we never had that.
Brian
Robinson's whole thing was being a pit bull, and we asked for something with speed, and now we have it, and we don't have a pass game to match with it.
Agreed, but I think still we need a complement now because we're out of bullets. We have no bullets.
Okay, so that game happened, and Bradley, the question at the top was, is the season over? And it kind of feels like it. But let's just try and take a look at what needs to happen, what could happen to salvage this season, because we did get some positive news today, I think. I mean,
about Jaden.
Not Jaden. No, we haven't gotten positive news about Jaden. We got positive news about Terry McLaurin and Deebo Samuel, that it looks like they will be practicing this week, which hopefully
but also
means
with Jaden, he had the MRI, and it looks like it's not a serious.
Yes, we did hear that. Not serious
type of injury. It is a hamstring.
Yeah.
Which is in a bad place.
It's still probably going to be 3 or 4 weeks at least, right?
And we don't know, but they were optimistic. Let's put it that way.
If Mariota has to play 4 games, let's just say hypothetically, if we can somehow salvage 2 of those and then get Jaden back, we're not in terrible shape. But
yeah,
I'm
but
just
then
looking at the
Jaden
teams going, I'm
has
not
to
sure.
come back in and
Which
get
two do you think we
reacclimated.
can
Which
pull
two?
off?
I don't know. I
Kansas
don't
City
know.
next week.
We got Kansas City, Detroit. What's the rest of you
Seattle.
headed up? Seattle.
And then Miami, which
and Miami and Madrid.
they're
Okay,
fighting for the for last place.
that's
So
winnable. So Miami and one of the other three. And look, you said it, Tico. Kansas City's been hot and cold this year. They're not
Yeah,
what
they're
they've always
starting to
been.
pick up now, though.
I know
Looks
they
like
are. They are starting to pick up, but
I think we're back in a
slide.
position again where we just got to play hard every game because there's no give me's
absolutely
in this league. The parity is too strong. Even with the Miami, they got my man Tyreek out. Tua's not having the best of seasons, but they still got Waddle. They still got A-Chain, right? Did he get hurt? No.
still there.
Okay,
Isn't it amazing how these crappy teams rise to the occasion though? As soon as
they play us, right? No, but yeah, we can't take it. And Denver definitely can't take Denver for granted.
No.
The Minnesota, you can't take them for granted. And I think no longer can you take the Giants for granted.
No,
I
think the Giants are better than Dallas right now. To tell you the truth,
I think the Giants are better than us.
Yeah,
I said that
this
game this weekend was the fight for last place in the NFC East.
Yeah.
And if the Giants had won, what would they have been? They'd have been.
I mean, it
would have been tied with us.
It was just.
But we'd still have the tiebreaker at that point.
I'm just saying, in terms of who's actually good and who's actually
that's right
not good.
I mean, you think about it. A week ago when we felt like we could have beat Chicago, we were that close to beating Chicago. That would have put us in first place had we beat Chicago.
Yeah, and we could have. We just didn't have the defense.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you guys this. Looking forward.
Okay.
For the next game, and maybe 2 games, who's more important to get back? Terry McLaurin and Deebo Samuel or Jaden Daniels?
I would probably
say the 2 receivers because
I would still say Jaden. I would still go Jaden, but I don't think it's going to happen. That's why I'm more optimistic for Terry and Deebo.
If it wasn't a hamstring injury for Jaden, I would say Jaden. But because it's a hamstring,
I'm just saying, perfect world.
Yeah,
you only
hypothetical.
All of them come back healthy, exactly healthy, perfect. Who's more important going forward?
Jaden.
I mean, that's pretty obvious. But
I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, Jaden in that last game, we saw what having no wide receivers looks like, and it's not good.
Jaden's numbers weren't terrible when he went out.
No, I'm not saying that Jaden was terrible.
Okay.
I'm saying that Marcus Mariota with Terry and Deebo, I think gives us a better chance of beating the Chiefs and the Lions. Well, not the Lions. I think the Lions game we lose 100%.
You mean because of Jaden's health? You mean because of Jaden's health right now?
No, he's saying if Jaden's healthy. He's saying
if Mariota and Jaden are healthy together?
No. I'm saying if I'm picking either Terry and Deebo or Jaden for this next 4 weeks, let's say, I think it's more important to get those receivers because
100%. That's not even a question.
Yeah.
Well, you just said you just agreed it was Jaden, Eddie.
No, because he said that the injury was not predicated by it. In other words, I don't care if he comes back in 2 weeks.
Right. If he's
got a hamstring that's weak, because his mobility is going to be weak.
Right.
He's not a pocket passer just yet. His strength is the scary factor.
I actually think that with the 2 wide receivers, we have a decent shot of at least being competitive with the Chiefs and the Seahawks.
Well, Terry's going to have to get reacclimated too because he doesn't even have a touchdown yet.
He doesn't have what does he have? 2-3 games that he played?
Something like that.
So what?
He doesn't have 100 yards on the season.
But it's a good point, Bradley. I do think we have one of the best backup quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah.
It's one of the it's one of the strong, it's one of the positions where we have some depth at, if you want to put it that way.
So if he's healthy, our quarterback, then and we don't have Jaden, then you got to take the 2 receivers because we know that Deebo has dual threat in him. He can run and he can catch passes. He's got gorilla grip hands. The guy catches everything that gets thrown at him. except for a few. But Terry is going to be a little bit more of a struggle because he's the deep threat, but he doesn't even have to catch anything. He just has to be in the lineup.
And here's what I'm saying, Eddie, is
what is Deebo's injury?
Heel. And that's why I'm saying it's so important, is because what we relied on, Bill went off in those games that we're talking about.
Because of the threats that we had.
Because and Jaden wasn't in the lineup for those.
Right.
So you know what I mean? He didn't have to be because we had those threats. And without them, the run game goes away completely.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we rely on Jaden, who almost did it, but couldn't and got hurt because of it.
So what I think is for the next 4 games, we have to have the mindset like we had when we were a sucky fucking team. And we used to sit and hope for an upset. And we'd get them. Remember, we'd have those upsets?
That's right.
I can't believe we beat Kansas City at home. Like something like that. That's where we're going to have 2 games out of 4 that we do it. Otherwise,
so if we do it 2 games out of 4, we come out of this 5-6.
Yeah.
And then we got to go on a win. Then we got to go on a win streak.
But then we have a bye. So then we're like,
get some help. Get
healthy.
Yeah.
This is barring any new injuries.
That's right. And then everyone has to stay healthy, right, for the rest of the year. Yeah.
I also think we have to pray that the NFC East competition has their series of injuries over the next 4 to 6 weeks so that we can come back strong. Because it's not really where you're at 7 games or 6 games. It's where you're at when you're at 10, 11 games into the season. Are you peaking at the right time?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I'll say this. I think the division is out of reach at this point. I mean, not technically, but I think it's a long shot. I think our shot is a wild card. If we're going to go to the playoffs, it's going to be a wild card.
It was last year, too, and we were great.
Okay, let's move on.
The thing about Philly, the interesting thing about Philly is Saquon's not getting a lot of carries. And I don't know if they're trying to save him from all the wear and tear he took last year. I don't know, but they're still winning. They're 5-2, and they still got AJ and
Yeah, we're seeing a little resurgence.
And Mr. Alabama Heisman Trophy
reemerging of him, the receiver.
Their 2 receivers are still killing, and they're deep threats. And whatever people want to say about Jalen Hurts and his passing, just think to the Super Bowl. He's got an arm. The guy who bench presses almost 500 pounds or something.
I'll tell you,
he's got an arm.
Philly, as always, does not scare me. They didn't scare me last year. I know that's crazy.
That is crazy.
That's
crazy.
That's a hot take right there.
I know. But Jalen Hurts
they went to the Super Bowl.
The name Jalen Hurts will never strike fear into my heart. He is not. He is not. You see what happens when you rely on a run game, and you rely on offensive line. They lost to the Giants and to Denver, and they just beat Carson Wentz. Okay,
but they're not relying on the run game now. They just lost aerial attack
and beat Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
So I would argue that without their run game, which they're not relying on, they're not as good. They've lost 2 games and almost lost to Carson Wentz.
Yeah. But the thing that
we know very well to be one of the worst quarterbacks of all time.
Well,
we do know very well.
The thing that you said about Terry and Deebo having them on the field, it kind of applies to Saquon too. Just the fact that he's on the field and you got nightmares of him jumping backwards over somebody last year. It's always a ghost.
Yeah.
It's always a ghost on the field.
Yeah.
Whether he gets, I think he had 40 some yards the other day.
Yeah. You put Jalen Hurts on the Commanders and we were 0-7.
Well, especially
I can't say that. I can't say that.
Every single
I know it's a hot take, but he's not good enough to carry a team like Jaden is.
Except they just went to the Super Bowl and won their second trip to the Super Bowl.
His point is that the whole team has strength. There's strength all around him. We don't have all that strength. They got a great defense. They got a great running back. They got they got great receivers. They have all the things we're missing right now.
All right, who would you rather
Yeah,
have?
that's why
I mean, look,
I won't say I have fear of I had fear of Eagles last year, even though we beat them once out of 3 times. But they're just strong.
They're really strong.
but you're going to find that with any Super Bowl winning team, right? There's balance, right? Yes, they have a good run game and they have a good passing game and they have a great defense. They're going to have all those things because that's what makes champions.
They had the best team I think I've seen in my generation.
For the Super Bowl.
Last year, yeah.
Last year or this year?
Last year.
Last year.
Yeah,
but
they were mostly the same
team
this year, so you know.
Well, they lost a lot of really key players.
Yeah, we need Terry. Let's just face it. We need Terry.
Yeah.
We need Terry.
Let's talk about
the
Chiefs.
Healthy
And
let's talk about the Chiefs. Yeah.
Yeah. The Chiefs, man. The Chiefs are, I mean, they didn't look good in the Super Bowl, right? But they made it to the Super Bowl again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Andy Reid
strikes fear into my heart.
He is an offensive juggernaut, and his defenses, they still got Spagnuolo, right?
Oh yeah,
that's a defensive coordinator.
Another guy who strikes fear into my heart. Those two guys.
I mean,
so Mahomes is the key to the whole thing.
Mahomes can carry a team.
I don't think any other quarterback in their prime could replace Mahomes and work with that crew and be the same success. It's only because
that's probably
of who
valid.
he is.
Yeah.
You can't put Aaron Rodgers
There was a guy named Brady.
Yeah, but to Eddie's point, I think he's a different type of quarterback. That's a different team around Tom Brady that was successful.
The only guy that seems like he could mirror what he does is Jaden.
You talking about the dual threat ability?
Yeah. And the same way you see with
playmaking.
Lamar.
Lamar
was at his peak.
Lamar.
Yeah, and when he's under pressure, though, when teams get him under pressure, like the Buccaneers did in the Super Bowl, where they had him on the run, he looked mortal. Last year, the Eagles made him look mortal.
That's why I put him as second.
His superpower is he will, like Jaden scrambles to run. Patrick Mahomes will just scramble and just run around back there.
He will make something out of
plays
nothing.
On the fly.
It's unbelievable.
He's the best when it comes to making up a play under duress.
Talk about somebody who doesn't have a ton of weapons around him. They have Isaiah Pacheco, who is
just back healthy now,
and then they got Xavier Worthy, who is fast,
a speedster.
And what's funny is I feel like with the Cowboys got CeeDee Lamb back right before they played us.
Yeah.
Chiefs got Rashee Rice back right before they play us.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Yeah.
Speedster. So, and then they got Travis Kelce, who is kind of the Zach Ertz of their team, which he's an older, slower player, but he knows how to get open. He knows how to find.
He's still got gas in the tank.
And he's a go-to for.
And he runs over people still.
Yeah.
So.
And they got Hollywood Brown.
Come on now. He's a vet now.
All right,
Hollywood Brown is a vet. Another speedster. They just love speedsters, man. When Tyreek Hill left, people were like, "Oh wow, what are they going to do?" Andy Reid is like, there's some other young brothers out there that can run track.
Yeah,
we're going to get them, and we got them. Tico, and we haven't looked back at Tyreek Hill yet, and Tyreek Hill is crying in Miami and pouting and whining and going through all kinds of changes.
His leg snapped halfway backwards.
Yeah, I know.
I'd be crying too.
So come on, guys, let's finish this up.
I've got a question for you.
How do we strategize against them to beat KC? How do we do it?
Thou shalt pass to running backs often to open up the run. I think you mentioned a little bit about that, Eddie. Let's use our running backs who are all accustomed to the system. Get them out in space. Get them out in space if we can.
I like that.
Okay. All right. I'm just going to say, I'm not even going to say how. So, because some of it feels like a wish list now, but thou shalt keep the Chiefs under 20 points. So I don't know if that's the defense stepping up or if that's turnovers that have been. These are the things I've been harping on for a while. Keep them under 20 points, we can win the game.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
Tall order.
That's good.
That's good if we can do it.
Yeah, I'm calling it 25-20.
Here's mine. Thou shalt try every crazy, unexpected play in special teams. I want to see attempts at blocked punts. I want to see
fake
punts. And what do we have to lose?
Yeah. When was the last time we saw a fake field goal? Let's see it. Matt Gay sucks.
Fake field goal.
Let's get a fake field goal.
Yeah. Yeah. Heck, Tressway's the holder, right? He can throw the ball.
No, but I mean, why not try that stuff? Yeah. Like, okay, two-point conversions, big deal. You're only going to miss 2 points. But if you're trying to do something and you have an advantage and you look at it, remember how many times you got burned where you're watching Washington and you're like, they just faked a punt on us and scored a touchdown? Like, that's what I want to do. We have no other way to win.
Tressway passed for a first down in the NFC Championship game.
There you go.
Prescott's never done that.
I think I want to see that. My commandment is I want to see trick plays. There you go.
There you go.
And there's a reason why it's not done much.
Because they're not successful.
Because if the chance of interceptions and goof ups, and if it's not successful, now the other team has the ball on your end of the field.
We'll have to pick.
But
and choose.
I like the,
okay,
I like
Mr.
the
Downer.
I like the attitude.
DQ will have to pick something other than ice cream. DQ, get it,
Dairy Queen.
Dairy Queen.
But
Bradley's very familiar with Dairy Queen.
He has to try some stuff. Defensively, I think he needs to try some stuff. He's supposed to be this great defensive guy. I want to know. I want to see it. Where is it? Your team.
Yeah. I only like going for two if it works.
Yeah, if it works. Yeah, but that's how do you. That's why they give you that little dangler.
I hate it when it doesn't work because you didn't even get the one point.
Yeah, that's the same thing. You might as well use that. It's the same analogy with the trick plays. You know, the trick plays are great when they work.
That's right.
I hate them when they don't
work.
If we're going to try,
we could have been up 10-7, right?
Would you rather see our
we were up 8.
Predictable? Oh, here we go. Let's see if we can get Bill to run straight through the line. We tried it 3 times. Let's try it again.
I know.
Give me a break.
That's my commandment.
We got one more commandment.
Get Bill through the line.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Go off tackle.
The run game going.
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't sound very enthusiastic. We don't really. We're lame. We're lame as hell right now. We are lame as hell.
I don't know.
And you know, commentating only goes as far as the team will take you.
It's fun when we're winning. It sucks when we lose, and especially sucks because of how fun it was last year when we were winning.
I know, man.
And it also, I told my dad this. I know the season's not over. And there was a moment on Sunday where I was like, season's over, right? Jaden gets hurt. He's holding his leg. We don't know. All we can think is the worst, right? Oof, that does not look good. Jaden gets hurt for the season. Season's over, right?
Yeah.
Well, but the good thing, like you said, we got whoever said it. We do have a very good backup.
Yeah, but there is a morning of, I feel like this week showed me that this might not be the year. With all the injuries that have taken us, not just, the guys are going to be out for a couple weeks. This is Dorrance Armstrong going down was kind of like, we have some guys who will not be back who are key participants. And it was like, this might not be it, guys.
Well, remember, we can always look to 2012 when they had that incredible 7-game run at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Until
7-0 Reno go.
I'm not going to say it.
But it just goes to prove, we said it at the beginning of the season, the expectations have changed. Our expectations last year were not to make it to the NFC Championship. The fact that we did that was party time.
Yeah.
This year, it was like Super Bowl or bust, right? We made it to the NFC Championship. Let's take it one more.
Right.
And it doesn't always work that way because players come and go and injuries, and we know
injuries and everything. Yeah.
Let's just look at it from the standpoint of.
So look, let's get through this Kansas City game. This is a chance for all of those practice squad players
step up,
get some tape on themselves.
Next man up.
the Chosen. He changed his name probably so nobody can remember. But I know that little skinny dude. He's got the same build as Jason.
I like Robbie Chosen. I'll say it. I like Robbie Chosen. He can stay.
Hey,
let's see if he is the chosen one.
Games, man. He's played some good games when he was in Carolina, especially when he was with Cam Newton. Didn't he go to the Super Bowl with them? When they went 2015 or 20
I don't know. It'd be a long time ago.
Season. I think Robbie Chosen was still with them. They had McCaffrey.
He might have been like a rookie or something back then.
Exactly. But they probably got him, and some of those practice players, you think they're all rookies. They're not. They're guys who didn't quite make the team, right. Or we don't really have a spot for you, but we know you can play. Come on over. We got a job for you.
Yeah.
And he's one of those guys. He came in and actually he had a couple catches. How many did he have? He had
he can stay. I like him as a 4th or 5th option. I don't mind him as a 4th or 5th option.
He had 4 catches in that game. 36 yards and a 13-yard long. So he's got more experience than Jalen, and I don't know about Chris Moore's history too much, but he's not a rookie either. So let's see if we can pump up the positivity and just enjoy this season for whatever it's going to be. That's how I'm going to take it.
Well, I like that attitude. I struggle to enjoy the season if the Commanders aren't winning, but I like the attitude.
Yeah.
Let's call who's going to win, who's going to lose.
I got 20. I got Washington 25-20.
I'm calling it a loss. Tico's the only winner. I gotta go back and track all this stuff. I think I'm behind schedule, but okay. if I'm supposed to come up with the who picked the right the most right wins, I don't know.
We'll check it at the end of the season.
Well, I'm 3-4. I'm definitely 3-4.
Nobody put mine in. I picked them to.
That's right. You pick them every time, Tico. You're the easiest one to track. So
right.
All right.
Thanks so much for tuning in, folks.
Yeah, man.
That's a wrap for this week of Command West. We hope you had just as much fun listening as we did. Bring you the latest and the greatest from the Burgundy and Gold. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like, and tune in next week.
See ya. Let's go.
Back soon at Northwest Stadium. So get out there and make some noise.